Perfect. So I'm gonna minimize this window, see if there's any there we go, yeah. So I suppose the reason why we developed this graduate certificate, financial intelligence and technology. Well, first of all, we developed it with the International Financial Services Skillnet, which are the government body for developing new skills in the financial services sector. It's quite a nice process how we develop things like this. This wasn't just me and RF sitting in a room going, I wonder what's good. It's we had quite a few meetings with the big financial services partners to see, well, what are the skills that they're looking for the next jobs that are coming up in their workplace. What are the future skills? So we think essentially what this certificate will be most useful for is essentially people trying to transfer from core finance jobs, mainstream finance jobs, into something with a bit of a fintech development angle. So maybe there's an existing financial service that you're working on. It's quite manual, it's quite labor intensive, and your company is planning a project to convert this into a more automated process. That this type of course is aimed for that. Maybe there's customer facing apps like all the traditional banks are desperately trying to fix now. Maybe there's business facing apps that are web services that a financial services firm is offering that are just not designed in a way that's getting the right type of interaction, the right type of usage, the right type of sales growth. So what are the skills needed for those types of new roles that tend to pay very well, that tend to be highly demanded? What are those skills? That's what the grad cert is aimed at. And essentially what we do is we have a general overview of the financial technology environment. It's one of the first modules that you look at. There's a lot of legal regulatory issues. There's a lot of what's the entire scope of financial technology. What are the key categories of financial technology? How has technology been assisting in all those categories? So there's that general environment. Then there's the technical skills, the data science skills, increasingly machine learning skills, and then there's a big part, and this is missing from nearly all of our finance educations, is around design. How can we design this technology to get the best possible interaction? So add all those things together, you've got the graduate certificate. So it's developed by the finance faculty of DCU Business School. DCU Business School, I don't know if this is a widely known fact, but we have the oldest post-experience masters in finance in the country. One of our key focuses and what our faculty are really focused on is a lot of these quantitative technical skills and you look throughout the Irish financial sector, the London financial sector, the international financial sector. You see all of our alumni in there and well known for those skills. So we're trying to build on that. A big demand that we had internally was that nobody would be forced to sit in a classroom in Ballymun on a cold February evening. So the program is 100% online. It's you do two modules per semester. You do Fintech and an introduction to data science for finance in the first semester. And then in semester 2, you do machine learning and automation for finance, and user design for financial technology in the second semester. It's about 3 hours per week. That's of a commitment. So for 9 weeks per semester. So semester 1 starting the end of October, semester 2, starting the beginning of October, semester 2 starting the beginning of February. 9 weeks, 9 evenings, and online, and quite a lot of the material then has been designed so that you can take it at your own pace. So in the places in your balance between work, life, etc., that you can fit in the learning. This is what we call asynchronous learning. So it's at your own pace. But then, because it's hard to feel a sense of presence with that type of learning. There's also quite a few live online classes as well. And what these live online classes really concentrate on is people talking to each other. So there's none of the lecturer standing up and speaking into a camera for 90 minutes. Every single one of those live classes will be deeply interactive, you doing something at the same time as the professor is doing something, you taking part in panel discussions with experts in financial technology areas. There's no exams. Exams are largely gone now in universities. It's assessment, so it's a written work, a mixture of group work where you do with other people, work that you do with other people, and some individual assessment as well. And it's obviously it's a full DCU program with all the access. So I feel I've managed to write this slide to replicate what I said in the previous slide, so we'll skip this. Okay, so what we have as well is we've tried to design this graduate certificate. So it consists of 4 different modules, 2 per semester, as I said. You can see on the image there what the 2 modules per semester are. But we've also designed the graduate certificate so that each of the 4 modules is a micro-credential. And what that does is it gives you the scope then to take individual modules as standalone micro-credentials, as standalone awards from DCU. So it's kind of, I suppose the design there is that not everyone wants to commit for a full year to a qualification. People might just want particular skills. I think the program works best when everything is taken, but they are also standalone micro credentials. And if you were to do the 4 modules as micro credentials, it would add up to a graduate certificate. Okay, so I'm gonna now explain a little bit about the 4 modules. I'm not going to go into a huge amount of detail, just give you a little bit of the scope. I'm going to put Arif on the spot here without planning, because Arif is delivering this first module, and might be best able to explain it. So the first module is this introduction to financial technology. So Arif, can I pass this over to you? You'll be most familiar with this content.
Thank you, Michael. Yes, thanks a lot. Well, in that module, actually, we make you familiar with the cryptocurrencies, with the crowdfunding activities, and all the alternatives to the banking systems. And also you will learn so many things regarding the competition between banks and also the fintech companies, the payment systems, and all the new innovation on the payment systems, and also everything's the technicals and the theoretical steps regarding the cryptocurrencies as well in that modules. And also there are lots of papers, new papers, academic papers concerning the new innovations and technologies in the financial system, and so many other things connected to these technologies in the new era that actually we are dealing with that. So in this module, we will try to cover all those concepts and give you the broader view regarding what's happening here in this current financial worlds, and how these technologies help actually the better helps to organize better the new financial systems. So in that case, that would be the deep understanding of everything that is happening in these financial worlds based on the new technologies that is actually is now operating in the systems, and also the future demands, the current demands of the market and the future demands of the market. And then also you will realize that what is the current need of the market, and how we can bring the future innovations also in this specific market, in the financial markets. So that is the general idea that we are trying to cover in the fintech, financial technology and innovations. And then you would have the individual and the group projects that actually will satisfy your need to better understand the technical and the theoretical concepts regarding to the fintechs and financial technologies. So that was a very short descriptions of that, Michael. I think if it's
lovely. Yeah. No, it's great. It's great. It's Arif joined us last year from France, where he was working in with one of the world's leading fintech masters. So we're kind of lucky to have his breadth of knowledge, and he does a lot of practical and applied research in this area, and that's kind of a big thing that when you have this kind of future focused research in informing what you're learning about. So you're learning about what's going to happen tomorrow. The second module is taught by me. It's data science for finance. And essentially, what we do here is so this is all taught through Python. Python was the big thing that jumped out from all of our industry talks, that all the future of fintech design is pretty much going to be started at the data level through Python programming. It's not everyone, or indeed not many people have decent Python knowledge. So start from the absolute very beginning of what Python is, and then we kind of ramp up the knowledge over the stage of the course. So by the end of this course in semester 1, you'll be competent in Python. What we do is every live class will be taking a finance data set and going, how can we extract knowledge? How can we make decisions based on this data? And you'll find like Python is a beautiful language. What you'll find is it'll become very intuitive by the end of the course. The core focus of the module then is to develop a project. You'll be doing that in groups, so with mixed skills. Some people from a more technical background, some people from more sales background, a more quant finance background, mixing together, working on a on creating probably labeled a portfolio project. Essentially, the type of project that in an interview you can then show someone, go, well, here's something I have done, because a lot of people can claim competencies, but it's really about being able to show those competencies. So that bringing Python knowledge from scratch up to competence, applying it every week to new finance data sets, extracting knowledge, and eventually having a project that you can showcase to showcase knowledge. Is what this second module does. Now, then in semester 2, we take that data science for finance module and we bring it up to an advanced level. Also done through Python. Essentially, we go through the range of modern machine learning, deep learning techniques that can help you make much better decisions in finance. They really are underpinning most of the modern great fintech applications. This use of machine learning are increasingly deep learning to help guide decision making. A big part about this is we also focus on automation. So machine learning gives you the knowledge to make a decision, but then we focus on automation, which is allowing the application to make its own decisions based on the data. So that's kind of putting it right in towards artificial intelligence, touching on the edges of artificial intelligence. So once again, this module, the live classes are these interactive classes where you're coding at the same time as the professor, and focusing also on building up a portfolio project to demonstrate those skills. Excuse me. So this module is taught by an external person who works for is a director in a cryptocurrency firm and does a lot of machine learning as part of their research. So it's mixing that kind of the skill set with the practical knowledge. Then, and this is the last one, if you can keep in track, we have the last module, which is design and user experience for fintech. I'm personally really excited about this module. It's taught by somebody in industry who focuses on using design to develop good user experiences across a range of industries. They're going to bring in experts at all stages of the design process to show how financial services can be modernized. A lot of this is behavioral. It's looking at, well, how do people interact with technology if it's their only window into a financial service? How do we get them to trust the technology? How do we get them to commit to a new financial service? How do we get them to perhaps increase their revenue, aligning that with ethical considerations? And so really taking the knowledge in the other courses of what does financial technology look like? How can we use data to make decisions? And really capping it all with, okay, but how do we make sure this resonates with the customer? So there's, yeah, and really that's to my mind a critical core skill. I mean, if you look at your experience with a traditional bank app versus, for example, Revolut, what you see is that a traditional bank app seems almost designed to frustrate you and make you spend as little time as possible on the app. Whereas the likes of Revolut seems to be designed to get you to take on new services. It's very straightforward to, for example, invest in shares through Revolut, to trust them on a variety of other services. So this value added, encouraging people to take out insurance, etc. And that's all really a careful design of user experience to build trust, and that's what this last module focuses on. So that's it. We have some stuff there about DCU. So at this point, and I don't know if there's any questions, but I suppose what we've done there is we've gone through, I suppose, a brief overview of the course, what the benefits are, what the value added is, how it might help, especially in terms of transitioning, and that's kind of where we're at. You may or you may not have some questions now. I don't know, but you may also prefer to take this as a starting point, do a bit more looking up some of the content, to go onto our website, for example, and then maybe reaching out to us for a conversation. Essentially, whatever works best for you. But does anybody at this stage have any questions? Oh, I should have actually I should have mentioned also about the cost of the course. So if you're in an IFS Skillnet company, which is most financial services companies in Ireland, and even most companies that don't think they are financial services but have a financial services division. So a lot of production companies, for example, essentially you can apply for the course directly through IFS Skillnet. That then gives you a 30% discount on the cost of the course. Plus, most companies have an arrangement with IFS Skillnet that the employer will pay the remaining costs. Now, that's might vary by company, but most companies have that arrangement as part of being part of the Skillnet. So I don't know, is there anything else? It might be it on my side. Is there any questions, or we can take this as the introduction, and if there are any questions, so in the chat window you have Arif's and my email there, which we can follow up and arrange a call or anything that's suitable. Perfect.
Thank you, Michael. Thanks a lot for the brilliant introduction, and looking forward to seeing the new students actually in our program very soon.
Yeah, it's starting soon, isn't it? Yeah, geez.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wait. There might be I don't know. It's how many people be on the course? I would say we're mixing the course with our masters in investment, treasury, and banking. So I would say there should be maybe around 15 to 20 students in any given course, and that then gives the benefit of the masters in investment, treasury, and banking is a post-experience master's, so everybody there is working in the finance industry. They're doing largely a more technical course, so there's a good opportunity for cross learning there as well. I think Ross, maybe that's the best answer to that.